All set up, ready to bale. Let's see how this works in the swamp if I burn more shear pins. I upgraded to grade 8 shear pins the other day. The hardware store quality were just shattering in this field when it was just a little bit damp ground and dry hay. So, we see how this goes. I do have a previous video changing the shear pins. With any luck, the new ones are going to work well. So, getting into position, and here we go. Start off with just a light pass along the edge. It was just a single row of what was there, just to test things out and make sure it's working fine. The hay is not that great, so I really did not care about that hay, except that I wanted the light row for a test, just to make sure everything is working right. Through the video, you'll probably see a lot of bales overshoot the wagon. That one exploded, and that was one of the previous bales that was way too tight and quite damp. So it makes sense that it exploded on impact. It tends to happen. But the new bales will be flying out before long. The wagon's not the best. It's missing a couple bars at the back, so a few bales might go through a lot of overshoot because the tensioner for the bales is set way too high, and the thrower is not cycling down at all for me. But I have helpers that can come along and pick up the bales tonight or tomorrow. Just easing into it. I don't want to feed too fast until I've tested out the pin to make sure it's going to work well. We're getting to the end of this row. Just to loop around the rest of the field. I'll probably cut video out until I get to something better. Made it around the corner. Of course, with the angle of everything, can't see anything for the moment. And here we go. Just a quick stop, adjusting the tensioner a little bit, hoping to not overshoot quite as many bales. We'll see if this works. Everything's fired up properly. Something's still not working right here. Bale jammed in the back. Have to hog that out. I think I'd stopped at just the wrong time when the bale was almost on the rollers ready to throw, and of course having a bale blocking it, they didn't want to start again. So we get the bale out of the way. Bales are a little bit too heavy. I can't squeeze them through the rollers even if I release the tension, so I have to cut the strings and pull it out. I've cut a lot of video footage out, but this has happened a few times in the field. It should have been an indication that there was something more wrong, but things were working fairly well. Yeah, it's working again, so let's see how it does when it's fed. The windrows are getting heavier now. The shear pin's holding in. Since this is voiceover, I can tell you now I didn't break through a single pin all day. So what else is going to go wrong? That one broke in midair. Nothing unusual. Always a few of those that go like that. There, that was a good solid one. Too hard to record my voice while I'm running the tractor with the camera in weird positions. The microphone only points in one direction on it, so easier to do the voice afterwards. Gives me a chance to clean up the editing a little bit. Change the angle for you to see the feed again. See, it's going to get heavier in a moment. That would have broken the hardware store pin in no time. The industrial grade 8 pin is holding in well. Balers making bales, so I finally got the knives working properly. I got the needles cleaned off so they don't braid the twine before it gets into the system. I wish I'd had a video on that one, but I didn't have a good camera to use lying under the baler. Just picked up a GoPro a week ago, so hopefully that'll let me get a lot more footage of different things. I'm not afraid to risk it dropping or getting hit by something a little bit. I was planning on having a few scenes with the camera right at the back of the wagon watching the incoming bales, but it just didn't work out. I hadn't gotten around to it. Haying's always been one of my favorite jobs. A lot of fun driving the tractors around with all the different equipment, mowing, cutting the hay, raking, baling. If the equipment's working well, it's definitely a fun job. Sure beats working at the other end and putting the hay into the barn. But that's what you have workers for. My 8-year-old is getting quite good at helping me lug bales around. I can usually just load the conveyor and he can roll them to me. Stacking hay, I haven't bothered with that for a few years because I don't have many animals in the barn anymore. Oy, that was smoky. Let's see what's wrong with the baler now. At first glance, the belt looks good. Maybe a little bit loose. Try tightening it up another notch after I loosened it earlier. It's back to where it was. See if that works any better. May as well check at the back while I'm at it. The belt on the kicker tends to throw off every once in a while. Looks like everything is back into working order. Give that another try. Hopefully it was just the tensioning. And shut down again. The video cut out a little soon on me, but burnt out the belt and I didn't have any spares on hand, so that was the end of my day. Sunday, can't go and get a new belt.